All right, before we get into this video, this is a disclaimer. The things I'm showing in this video is things that I do. So before you engage in any of these mixing of electrums and whatnot, check with your doctor, because I know a lot of you guys, maybe some of you guys might be on pharmaceuticals or medications. So, you know, this is a disclaimer, legal protection, whatever the hell. Just check with your doctor before you take any advice on this channel, because I will not be responsible for anything. I don't take drugs. I don't take pharmaceuticals. So, you know, I can pretty much mix these electrums. Don't have to worry about no chemical reaction. You know, so, you know, just be safe. But what I'm showing you in this video is things that I do. Excuse me, I have sun gazed and I got a magnetic field in my mouth, so it's hard to talk. But yeah, it's just check with your doctor. So, you know, I can't be responsible for, you know, what you decide to do or whatnot. So yeah, this is just a disclaimer. Check with your doctor before you take any electrums or do anything like that. But, you know, hey, you know, do you as you do you. We shall continue. How's it going, guys and goddesses? This is the Akara. Hold on. Okay, this came out from sun gazing, so my eyes look a little crazy right now. That sun was pretty intense today. But yeah, we're gonna go over, hold on there, man, my stuff here. All right, we're gonna go over how to mix elements, how to create electrums and whatnot. So, you know, this is gonna be a pretty important video. But yeah, you wanna do these so you can build up your electromagnetism. Once you start building it up and you know how to use the Tao or Secrets of Love or Kundalini, channeling energy and whatnot, you can tap into super power, as I had to learn the hard way. So we're gonna get into this. All right, I got one of these Ninja smoothie makers. Now, if you get yourself a juicer, this would be a lot more effective. But since I'm here at work, I use a smoothie maker, and you know, you just basically make smoothies. But yeah, you know, on the Dr. Sebi's list right here, as I was telling you in the previous video, that most everything that's on his list is negatively charged. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix together a smoothie using Dr. Sebi ingredients, and then we're going to balance it out with an electrum. And I'm going to show you how to make these electrums. It's very simple. Okay, some of the ingredients I'm going to use is hemp. I'm going to use Irish sea moss. Okay, I got bell peppers, fresh bell pepper. So I got a bell pepper right here. Just throw it in the smoothie maker. Okay, I got Roma tomatoes. Excuse me, Roma tomatoes right there. I got cucumber, Roma tomato. I got onions. Okay, I got apples. All right, and I'm gonna throw some lime in there. Probably shouldn't be using this. Probably should just use a fresh lime, but for right now, it's going. Since we're doing basically chemistry, and I got ginger root. All right. So I'm gonna throw all that in the mixer. Okay. I also put spring water, and I put ginger in the spring water. So this is like a spring water ginger mix. Okay. I had poured some lime. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I got Irish sea moss here. I had put in here already. I got the lime burst. Put that in here. Okay, I got this hemp I'm about to put in here. Hold on. Okay, as you can see, I put the hemp in. Hold on. Okay, I got some apple. So we're gonna finish this off. Okay, right here I'm pulsing it, and then I smooth it out. Okay, I'm going to hit stop on that. Okay, yeah, I added some cucumber, some Roma tomato. So I got cucumber, Roma tomato. Okay, this right here is the finished product of it on it, right there. Okay, this right here is kind of like the finished product. So I got all Dr. Sebi ingredients mixed up in that smoothie. Now back to what I was discussing yesterday. Let me see. I'm gonna kind of go over this real fast, kind of give you an idea of what I'm discussing here. Just to kind of rehash what I'm discussing. See, I put apples in there, and like I said, apples has potassium, calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, iron, copper, manganese, and as you can tell right here, it's primarily negatively charged. Same way with the other ingredients. The hemp is negatively charged. Let's see what I got going on here. Let me see, I use the Irish sea moss, which is kind of like a seaweed. I've done the research on Irish sea moss. That's negatively charged. Your cucumbers are primarily negatively charged. Let's see what they got on cucumbers here. Cucumbers should be on this page here. Hold on. Yeah, cucumbers. Excuse me. Cucumbers here. Potassium, magnesium, calcium, iron, manganese, copper, phosphorus. Primarily negatively charged. And if you notice, the majority of foods on Dr. Sebi's food list, excuse me, majority of foods pretty much contain the same ingredients: potassium, manganese, calcium, iron, magnesium, iron, zinc, sodium, calcium, manganese, copper, magnesium, potassium. See, potassium, magnesium, calcium, iron, manganese, copper, you see, it's pretty much the same elements in practically everything you eat on the Dr. Sebi foods list. Excuse me, I had to try to keep this phone charger charged. But yeah, it's primarily the same elements. So when you're mixing together all these different food sources, you're pretty much mixing together the same elements: calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, magnesium, copper, iron, zinc, phosphorus, selenium, potassium, calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, zinc, phosphorus. That's for a green banana. If you use nopales, which is kind of like a cactus, you're using calcium, magnesium, potassium, manganese. Okay, if you're using mushrooms, using potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, calcium, iron, zinc, copper, selenium, manganese. See, they're all made up of the same elements, so you're basically just mixing the same damn elements. Okay, so you got to balance these elements out. You got to balance your your smoothies out with electrums. Okay, and we're going to break into the electrums. Okay, as I noted, since most of Dr. Sebi's elements are negatively charged, they're on the negative side, which starts with indium. Iron and nickel will be more neutral elements, but indium, you got zinc, all these elements here would be more on the negative end of it. So when you make your electrums, you want your electrums to be more on the positive end. So you're going to need, like, one of the elements for the electrons, for the electrum is boron, right? So for that, for boron, borax. Okay, you use this. You can use borax. Okay, silver. Okay, that's colloidal silver. Hold on there. Okay, more bioactive colloidal silver. See, that's more on the silver's more on the positive end of the spectrum. You know, more silicon, copper, Let me see, I think carbon, maybe, yeah, carbon. You're gonna need carbon, so you're gonna need activated charcoal. Hold on, let me get into that. So I do have zinc, even though it's a little bit more negative. I'm gonna add that into the Elecrum. Yeah, charcoal capsules. Okay, you're gonna need like activated charcoal because that's carbon. See, you're adding more positive elements into your smoothie. So you're balancing it out, but you gotta make an Electrum, and that's what we're about to get into, all right? I mean, this stuff is real simple to make, man. Okay, Electrums. Okay, one of the things you're gonna need is a brown bottle. This is an empty kombucha bottle, and it's 16 ounces. It's a 16 fluid ounce bottle. Okay, you can probably go to Walmart, Whole Foods, and buy this kombucha and just save the bottle, because you need a dark bottle to keep the Electrum in, to keep, you know, too much light out of it. But yeah, you're gonna need one of these, and the elements we're gonna mix our Electrum in, which is borax. That's boron, which is positively charged. See where we got boron at? See, that's more. This is on the positive end of it. Okay, alum, which is primarily aluminum. Okay, that's more on the negative side, but it's the upper negative. It's more closer to the neutral point. So this right here would be real good. As a matter of fact, let me use this list right here. Hold on. Okay, aluminum will be more on the upper end. So this is more of a positive negative charge, even though it's not on the positive side of the equation. So alum will be real good. Okay, then you got no salt, which is primarily potassium. Okay, I know potassium is more on the negative end, which is all right. Okay, you got zinc. Okay, that's more towards neutral, more towards upper negative, so this is closer to the positive end of the spectrum. So zinc will be a good thing. Okay, colloidal silver. Okay, silver is more positive. See, that be on the positive side, silver. So you got colloidal silver. Okay, Epsom salt. Okay, you want to use food grade Epsom salt. Okay, but this is primarily sulfur and magnesium. Okay, now see sulfur. Let me see where we find sulfur at. Sulfur would be somewhere on this list. Silver, tin, phosphorus, indium. Yeah, sulfur is super positive. Okay, so that's why I use the magnesium sulfate, because it has sulfur but it also has magnesium. Magnesium would be more on the negative end. It's manganese. Here's magnesium at. Potassium. Apologize about this. There it is, magnesium. Okay, this would be more on the negative side of the chart, but it's balanced out with sulfur, which is more positive, which is what we need. And we also got carbon, which is your activated charcoal. So we're gonna mix all these elements together. And what you want to mix them in, you want to mix them dry in the cup. Okay, you want to put all the dry elements in the cup right here. Excuse all the noise, man. It seems like every time I do a video, man, shit gets crazier out here. But yeah, you want to just use a regular paper cup, and you want to mix all the elements dry. Okay, when it comes to these capsules here, you want to break the capsules apart and then dump it in the bottle. Pull the capsule apart and take the activated charcoal and pour it directly into the bottle. So if you have a capsule, just open the capsules and just put it directly. Don't put it in the cup. Just put it directly into this bottle here. All right, hold on. Okay, as you can see, I pulled the capsule part. I poured it into the bottle right here. Took the capsule part, and what I do is the capsule, since it got carbon in it, I just swallow it. True on it. It's just nothing but gelatin and carbon. Okay, now the rest of these, like zinc, take about 5 capsules of zinc, and everything else you just need one teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of alum, 1 teaspoon of no salt, and when you put the colloidal silver in there, just fill the bottom of the bottle. Just layer the bottom of the bottle with colloidal silver. Okay, magnesium you want 1 tablespoon, borax you want 1 tablespoon. Just want 1 tablespoon, and what you do is you pour it on the tablespoon, just mix it, put it in the cup. When you finish putting all, you know, the no salt, the alum, a teaspoon of no salt, teaspoon of alum, teaspoon magnesium, teaspoon of borax, 5 zinc capsules. You just mix it all. The colloidal silver you want to put in the bottle. Hold on. You want to take this activated silver, okay, and just fill the bottom of the bottle up, okay. I mean, just the bottom layer of it. Just layer the bottom with activated silver, and everything else you just use a teaspoon and 5 capsules of zinc, okay. And then you take the teaspoons of the borax, the magnesium, the alum, the no salt, and you just put it right in here, and you just shake it up, okay. And then you pour everything into the bottle, and then once you pour everything in the bottle, you take your spring water and fill it up part way. I say fill it up about halfway. Then you shake the bottle up, mix everything up real good, and then you fill it up. Then you fill your bottle up to the tin and let it sit for about 20 minutes, because you want all the elements to mix in. You want these zinc capsules to dissolve in it. So give it about 15-20 minutes before you actually start using it. And then after you do that, you want to get a dropper. Let me see if I got one in here. Just give me a second. Okay, this bottle right here was activated silver. I had mixed some of the element in there, but you want to use a dropper, okay? You want to get you a dropper like this, and then after you mix everything together, okay, you just put the dropper, you know, you just get half of the dropper. You want to fill up half of the dropper, about halfway, with the mixed Electrum, and then you put it in your smoothie. And after you put it in your smoothie, you mix your smoothie again, and you know, you just stir the Electrum into the smoothie, and then voila, okay? That's how you do it, people. So I'm going to conclude this video right now, because I'm going to move on to another video, but this is basically how you balance out your Dr. CB drinks with an Electrum. And I'm going to find more elements, okay, on the positive end, and I'm going to make positive Electrums and be mixing them in with the Dr. Sebi negatively charged smoothie. And then that way, when you drink the smoothie, you're going to generate some powerful electricity, man. Okay. That said, this is Akara, up and I'm out. Peace.